method is literally gonna blow your mind if you don't know what it is or if you don't know how to use it. But I'm here to help you know what it is, know how to use it, and just take your fashion skills from 0 or wherever they are to level 100, because this is the type of method and technique you could use to do just about anything. Welcome back to my channel. We are back at it again, DIY fam, making another something for ourselves, for our clients, and for learning, of course. Today's DIY, I decided to make it very beginner friendly, very detailed, and I'm also teaching a technique which is called the slash and spread method that you can use for just about anything on your clothes that you want to add volume to. You know, it could be your sleeves. You can make those puffed sleeves, those balloon sleeves. You know, you could add some, I don't know, something. You can, you know, create other flared skirts. Like, it's just a method that you're going to use, and you can use on literally anything you want to add volume to. So I'm taking your fashion design level from here to literally there. See what I did there? You can't even see the level. That's how high it is. And one more thing, you guys, I really like to thank my audience, whether it's on Instagram, on Facebook, especially on YouTube as well. Anywhere you're following me or anywhere you are just engaging with me, I like to thank my audience. And what I do is I normally have giveaways on Instagram, so do go to the description box and you'll find my handle on Instagram, and follow me on Instagram and check out my story or my feed or both of them for any giveaways that I might possibly have. I don't normally have them here on YouTube. I normally have them on my Instagram, but do check that out. Anyway, let's get into this video. So the first thing you're going to do is use your skirt pattern block and place it on paper, and then measure how long you want your skirt to be and transfer that measurement to your pattern. From there, you will measure the center front side from the waist to the hip and divide it by 2, and then you're going to place a marking. For the side seam marking, I used 5 centimeters. You can use more, you can use less. I just chose this one because I wanted my yoke to be a little bit different. From there, you're going to try and close the dot so that you can draw your yoke, because I wanted my yoke curved. So from the first marking we made to that 5 centimeter marking, you're just going to draw a curve, or you can make it straight. However you want to do it, you can be creative about how you want to make your yoke. In order to close the dot, you're going to draw a line from that dot point down to the hem of your skirt, and then you're going to cut through one side of the dot up to that point, and also cut from the hem on that line you drawn up to that dot point, and then you're going to overlap to close the dot area. You can close using your glue or an invisible tape. After taping everything down nicely and adding paper to that open area on the hip side of your skirt, you're going to add a 2 centimeter extension at the hem. From that point, the 2 centimeter extension you made, you're going to draw a line from that to the beginning of the yoke on your hip side. After that, you're going to measure out your yoke, divide it by 5 and place markings, and then measure your hem, divided by 5 and place markings. You will now connect those 5 markings you've made on your yoke and your hem and create 5 slash bars, and then we're going to trace out the yoke. Once the yoke is traced out, I'm going to add seam allowance 1 centimeter all the way around, and I'm going to mark it, put my notches, make sure you put your notches, because when you connect the skirt together you are really going to need it. I'm also going to put my information on it, what it is, how many times I have to cut it, and this front one you're only going to cut once because you're cutting it on a fold. Now we come to the whole purpose of this video, which is the slash and spread method that I've been so dying to teach you and show you guys. So I'm just going ahead to cut out the bottom part of the skirt. I wouldn't advise this, but if you're really trying to save paper like myself, I'm always trying to save paper, I do this a lot. So nonetheless, you're just going to cut and remove that, and then from there you're going to place dots at the top of the skirt where the yoke was. You're going to place 4 dots, and that's where you're going to cut to. Do not cut through the dots, you're going to cut to the dots that you've made over there. After you have cut to that point, you're going to use a fresh cleaner paper, and you're gonna take your first slashed bar and you're gonna place it there, and then you're going to measure how much in between the slash bars you want to spread with. Now the method of this slash and spread, I have placed it in the description box, so please check out the description box on how to measure how far or how wide you should spread your slashes with. Other than that, once you've calculated it, you can then use that measurement on every slash bar and paste it according to how much spreading you're doing. So each slash bar is going to have its own measurement, but it's the same measurement. So you're just going to keep measuring and pasting it, measuring and pasting it until you've gotten to your 5th and last bar. Once your slashing and spreading is completed, you're going to redraw that hem to make it nice and straight, as well as the waist part where you're going to add the yoke, and then from there you're just going to trace it out on fresh paper, add your seam allowances, and cut your skirt out. For the waistband, I didn't really go into much detail. You just basically measure the waist of the back and the front skirt and you multiply it by 2. Then you plot it on the long paper and you make your waistband how thick you want it to be. I made mine 8 centimeters thick. You also add a 2.5 centimeter extension for the button. This brings us to the end of our video. You should have 2 flared skirts, a back and a front, 2 yokes, a back and a front, as well as your waistband. Again, I didn't go into detail with the waistband, but you can leave a comment below to ask for that, and I sure will be doing a tutorial on that depending on requests. Also guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you are a subscriber, I will be sure to see you on the next video, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you can know when I post new tutorials. Thank you for watching. Bye loves.